we as a society are bombarded with all sorts of toxins from the foods we eat. Even if we're trying to eat organic, we still have toxins that make it into our food source, to microplastics, to BPAs, to what's in the air, to pollution, to you name it, whatever's in the buildings you walk into, to car fumes, to EMFs and Wi-Fi and 5G and all of these things that are constantly bombarding the body, to our cell phones that we love to hold up to our heads all the time. All of these things are constantly impacting the body. So while our clinic has really been focused on the really sick and the mold toxicity patients and the Lyme patients and the really toxic patients, at the end of the day, everyone is some level of toxic. And I had this encounter with a patient last week where we're kind of rounding out her Lyme treatment. And she looks at me and she goes, I feel better now than I did even before I got Lyme. And I didn't realize that I didn't feel great before I got Lyme. And we got talking and she was like, I didn't realize X, Y, and Z thing weren't normal. Like I thought everyone just got tired in the middle of the day. Like I thought that was a normal slump. A 3 o'clock slump was normal. I thought it was normal to wake up with some bags under your eyes and be a little tired because all of my friends were like that. And my friend group complained about that. And my parents complained about that. And at the end of the day, if you're surrounded by a bunch of people that are also sick and also laden down with all these toxins, it becomes really easy to assume that that's normal and go, well, it's normal for me to feel X, Y, and Z because I see person A and person B and person C who also are doing that. So therefore, it's normal for me to feel this way. When in reality, person A, B, and C might be just as toxic as you. And when we talk about toxicity, it's not just about the person that's really sick. They can't think, they can't get out of bed, and it would be someone that we would say is like the sick person. But toxicity can show up as being more irritable and not being the patient parent that you want to be, not being as motivated with your work as you want to be. It might be that little bit of brain fog where you hit the afternoon and you're like, man, I'm really like a morning work person. I don't get a whole lot done in the afternoons. It's because your brain's inflamed. And it might not be any one thing. So we might not have to chase down, is it parasites? Is it heavy metals? Is it Lyme? Is it mold? Is it mycotoxins? It might just be a little bit of everything. And a little bit of everything still makes you slower. It gives you hormone problems. You might be showing up with skin problems, with GI problems, with the inability to eat certain foods. Like that's really where allergies are a huge component to, or a like end result of a toxic load that has just started to trigger the immune response to anything and everything, because the body goes, I can't do all of this, so I'm just going to start fighting stuff. There's other triggers for allergies too, and we'll talk about that in another video. But I want to start combating this notion that only the sick people are those who are toxic. We're all toxic. And if you want to live a long, healthy, fulfilling, vibrant, connected life, you have to be able to get rid of these toxins. And it has to be on the forefront of how you conduct your day, of the choices you make, of how you spend your time, because our world isn't getting less toxic. And in another 5 years, in another 10 years, our world's not going to be a healthier place than it is now. So if you're not taking control of your health and going, I need to figure out a better way to handle and manage my stress. I need to continue to fight for clean food and figure out where I can get cleaner food. And I need to be addressing the air quality in my house and the EMF side of what I'm getting exposed to. And I need to continue to strengthen my body so my body can fight all of this stuff off, because you can only control so much of what's going on in the world. We want to make sure that your body is able to show up to the world in a way that it can combat that stuff and be resilient and fight off, the continual electromagnetic barrage that we get, can fight off going into a moldy building, can fight off the microplastics, can do all the things that we need it to do. We want it to do that year over year over year over year and decade, but it's not going to happen if you're not intentional and if you're not doing something about it.